All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at ARG. And today we're going to go over the ARG Loyalty Program, among other things. So before we get into the presentation, I'm going to bring on Bill Seitz, our corporate broker. Good morning, Bill. How are you today?
Good morning, Kevin. I am doing all right. I was fumbling with the link there for a second, and luckily I made it in time.
The way it goes with live webinars. We love it.
I know. I was like, wow, what am I doing? Three thumbs.
Right. Well, cheers. Good morning, all. Hope you've got a little cup of coffee, some tea or something like that. And we're going to go over a really cool program that's going to benefit everybody. Let's see. I don't think Cameron will be with us this morning. I don't see him here. But Bill, before we get into our topic, do you want to go over what's going on out there in mortgage land?
Yeah. So this morning we got some really, interesting news. We're expecting the Federal Reserve to have an announcement this morning on rate, probably a rate hike. And the key points are the markets are anticipating 100% probability that the Fed will approve a 0.25 percentage point increase by the conclusion of its Wednesday meeting. So right now, as I just looked on CNBC about half an hour ago, they were still waiting the results from the meeting. And so I think, another key takeaway from today is going to be just the economic policy moving forward. Is it going to kind of stay where it's been, or are they going to, make some changes, which, we're hopefully anticipating a softer interest rate market, or at least a pivot to that, into that direction. I think that's going to be pretty much the key takeaway today, is what the language is and where they're going to be moving next. So let's see what happens, if they're going to, halt the rate hikes, and are they going to, keep, pushing those up a little bit with the inflation, forces that are in the market. So that's what I'm looking for, Kevin. That's something that we can definitely touch base on our next webinar. If you can't wait that long, you can certainly log into the financial websites this afternoon, and they'll be talking all about it.
That's for sure. On that note, we're going to be skipping next week. We won't have a Wednesday webinar next week. I'm going to be on my annual horseback ride for a week. And so it's hard to do that from the beautiful hills of Southern California. So no webinar next week, but we'll come back the following week, and we're going to be rolling out even more info about our loyalty program, right?
Yeah, and you'll be practicing what you preach, right? You'll be surrounded by contacts and networking, and being around other business people and different, walks of life, and you'll be having a great time and socializing and getting to know other people. Exactly.
And I would be lying if I said that particular group didn't yield fruit with respect to business contacts. I'm not there for that, but it's just like any of these different groups that we're part of, churches and charities and softball leagues, all that stuff. They're all very, very important components of our sphere of influence, right?
100%. You can't do it all from behind a computer. You got to get out there and network.
So I'll be out there doing that.
Well, cool. That'll be good. That'll be a nice break for you, and fun to get out in nature. It's always good for the mental, the spirit, all that good stuff. Good
for the soul.
That's right.
Bill, before we get into, I think that was all you were going to mention for the mortgage today, right?
Yeah, you can see there the 10 years kind of trickled down a little bit. It's come down a little bit, and maybe that is in anticipation of the results of the meeting today. But just more importantly, I'm just looking more of a broader macro, position on this. So, that's really all I wanted to talk about, is let's just keep an eye on how this is going to shift and how that's going to change for real estate. I mean, that's going to be a big deal for us.
For sure. So I know that you did send me a listing agreement. I know you want to go over something there. Would you like me to bring up that graphic next?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, here we go. You should be able to see that now.
And this was just the easiest form that I could actually bring up. It really more pertains to, it pertains to the listing agreement, but also pertains to the contract as well. I just wanted to, is there any way to zoom in on that, just the bottom
Yeah, let's see.
part? So all I wanted to do is just make sure everybody is aware of our the proper corporate information. Okay. When you're filling out the contract, when you're putting deals together, whether it's a listing agreement or a purchase agreement, make sure that you have the right address and the right zip code and all that good stuff. And not only for our brokerage, but for the other brokerage. What I've been seeing on some of the commission instructions and some of the documents that come by my eyes during the week, they have the wrong information. And a lot of that starts here on the forms. So if you're not completing these portions of these documents completely, right, that's another issue. Sometimes the agent just puts their name and their license number and a phone number, and that's it. Just take the extra 30, 60 seconds to please complete this portion of the forms correctly. It makes Escrow's job easier. It makes your TC's job easier. It makes everyone's life easier, because this really should be filled out in its entirety. So you should have our DRE license number, as you can see there, 02025297. It's got my license number. It's got the correct zip code and the correct corporate address, 3416 Via Lido, Suite E. Make sure it has that little bit of information. We've had issues with Escrow sending checks to the wrong place, things getting lost. And so it's super time consuming and inefficient when all we have to do is do this correctly. It's a very small task in the big picture of what we do on a daily basis. So please just be mindful, keep our corporate license number handy, somewhere you can access it easily, so you don't have to leave that blank, and also the other pertinent information on that. So that is super important. And one more time, make sure you do that for the other brokerage as well, so it's nice and clean and everybody knows where things are going and from what office. So just want to touch base on that, Kevin, because I've seen some ugly commission instructions and I'm just going, how did they even get that zip code? Where do they even come from?
Right.
Yeah.
One spot that you can always get our information is our corporate website, arghome.net. So at the footer of our website, you can always find our corporate address right here. It's the very first one. All commission checks and so forth will be going there. And you can also, get other pertinent information that you may need in the Human Resources Center. So don't hesitate to, utilize the arghome.net corporate site as a resource. All
yes. Right. Thank you for that reminder, Kevin.
Right. It's there for you. I think it's the best thing to do is to make sure that you print up the ARG directory and preferred vendor list. So you can download that here, and you can just make sure that that thing is, on your desk, and all the information that you'll ever need is right there. So good stuff. With that said, we're going to switch gears and we are going to start talking about the brand new ARG Loyalty Program. And so I've got a little graphic I'll bring up for you guys, but this is going to be a really, really good way for all of us to benefit together, to grow as a brokerage, and for you guys to get extra kind of perks and so forth for utilizing the services that ARG provides. So Bill, let me pull this up for us here. And we'll just launch this. All right, can everybody see the full screen okay?
There you go. Perfect. So yes, so this concept derived from, as you know, we have a mortgage outfit with Clearview Mortgage, and that is the mortgage side of our company. And as most of you know that have used us in the past or are familiar with United Wholesale has an incredible point-based system, a loyalty program of their own for their mortgage brokers, LOs, and other people that do business with them. And this idea was basically derived from that, because we felt that they've done an amazing job of building an internal culture with supporting one another, and also being able to give back to the loan officers, etc., or the brokers. And so we have begun developing our own loyalty program. And this is really exciting for us because we understand that, we're in this game to win together. That's always been our feeling. That's always been the way we look at things. And if we can help each other along the way, then it's a win-win. And so that's where the loyalty program has been derived. This is something that we're gonna launch this in kind of 2 phases. One, we're gonna do the overview today, and then we'll get into very specifics the week that Kevin gets back from his networking group or horseback riding trip. So we're going to go over the basics today, and we're going to kind of go over the broad overview, and we're going to kind of explain of how this is going to be rolled out and how it's going to benefit everybody. So that is basically the ARG Loyalty Program. What is it? It's a program based around the agents utilizing either legacy escrow, Clearview mortgage. We're going to have things, if you refer another agent, production based. Also, all sorts of things are going to equal to point system. So, and what can you do with those points? Well, those points are going to be able to be redeemed for all sorts of stuff, right, Kevin?
Absolutely. So let me just kind of cruise to our next little slide here. So as Bill said, so the way that agents will earn or accumulate points will be by using legacy escrow. So you guys all know that we launched legacy escrow back in September, and we are off to the races. Raquel has been doing an amazing job. I think she's got 12 or 15 escrows this month. So that's just been a tremendous, growth area for ARG. So by utilizing Raquel at legacy escrow, you're going to be able to accumulate points. Same thing with Clearview Mortgage. Clearview Mortgage is our in-house mortgage arm. They're there for you guys, but utilizing Clearview Mortgage will accumulate points for you as well. And this is just this is not a complete list, but also referring other agents to ARG. We're going to have a point system for that. Doing transactions, if you do a certain number of transactions in a year, you're definitely going to earn points. And then also attending weekly trainings. So you guys that are on this call today, you guys are all, it looks like the people that are on this call today, it is absolutely the core of the ARG Wednesday Webinar locals. So you guys will start to accumulate points for that. And then also utilizing our Solar Reps program will be another way to accumulate points. So all good stuff, right, Bill?
100%. And we'll be expanding this program. This is kind of the initial framework, and we'll be expanding this as we go. And as we can get more, as this gets, more utilized and broader in scope, we'll be adding things and contributing, other redeemable things. So right now we've got a, kind of a short list of things that we're going to offer as redeemable points is free transaction. Who wouldn't want a free transaction? That's outstanding, right? Maybe a free appraisal for your buyer clients. That would be an amazing gift to them. A client closing gift. Maybe we're going to offer some really cool client closing gifts that you can take that off your hands. You've got points. All you got to do is redeem it, and we'll take care of that for you. So I think that's a really nice component to this program. If you get enough points, we are looking at potentially paying for your dues for the year. And that's a big ticket item. We all know that nobody likes to pay for their association dues. That's like the most cringy moment of the year for any realtor. It's like
all realtors. Nobody likes to pay the monthly or the yearly dues. Yuck.
Yeah, but if the production's there and you're utilizing our system, let's see if we can help you out with that. So a lot of exciting things that we're building into this program. It's something that we've been talking about for a while. As you can imagine, there's a lot of things that go on in the brokerage. And so we're really excited to roll this out and to bring you guys something else of value that we can utilize together. And it can be a win-win. And I think and I'll let you touch on this, Kevin, but we're going to integrate, we're looking at integrating the app to this. So this program will be integrated through the ARG app And that is the perfect world scenario. I know Courtney's working hard on the back end on that. And so we'll have an update on that in 2 weeks as well. But and we want everyone using the app as it stands. But this is another way, another really good functional way that we can keep track of your point system, and also how to redeem your points, and it's all in one easy touch location.
For sure. And no rush, or no pressure, Courtney, right? No, she's doing a great job. And yeah, it'll be really, really cool for you guys to be able to pull up your app, find out how many points you have, and that way it just makes it really easy for you guys to understand where you are and what you need to do to get some of these awesome redeemable things like transaction fees paid. So yeah, we're really looking forward to rolling this out. Like Bill said, over the next 2 weeks, that'll be more information coming out. But it is starting, or it did start May 1st. So if you just open up an escrow with Legacy, or if you just open up or you started working with Clearview Mortgage on a deal, those will count. So really good stuff, and we are excited for that, right, Bill?
Yeah, 100%. So we have been, as I said, we worked on this for quite a while. So it's nice to have it outlaid for you guys. And like I said, we're going to build upon it. It's going to be growing, and we'll have a little more specific point totals and point valuations and stuff on 2 weeks from today. Yeah.
All right. And so just also last week, we had a really cool webinar regarding AI, artificial intelligence. And we learned about an AI platform, and let's see if I can pull that up for you guys. Oops. Yeah, so the AI platform, let me just stop this here real quick. I've been utilizing it more and more, pretty much every day. And so it's to the point where it's like every day I kind of figure out something new and fun to do with this AI platform. Here we are. So if you didn't make it on last week's webinar, it's as easy as this. This is ChatGPT, openai.com. And so literally we talked about, utilizing this to write content for certain things like social media posts, SEO pages, all that kind of stuff. So again, I just wanted to reiterate how easy this is. So I'm going to tell this little ChatGPT, write a article about Newport Beach real estate in May 2023. Literally click the submit button and watch it do its thing. And so you guys can read this yourself. It's totally well written. It's completely, grammatically correct and all that kind of stuff. And you can literally highlight this and copy it and paste it into your social media, or put it onto your website, or do whatever you want with it. Another cool thing that we found out, well, this kind of did it, but you can just ask this thing for, give me California home stats. So you can also use this to just get some basic information for yourself. It could be quicker than just doing a regular Google search. So I've had a lot of agents over the week, since we did that last webinar, coming to me and saying, "Whoa, wait a minute!" And so it's the kind of the light bulbs starting to come on of how we as agents can utilize this technology. So as I said last week, a little freaky, a little scary, but this just ChatGPT is not going to take over the world, so you don't have to worry about that. But it can be used to get quick information, create quick content. We're always looking for content, right? So definitely a very, very interesting and new thing that we can all utilize, you know? And so Don Kearney says, yeah, use it to write your open house ads. You could, you know, say, give a list of attributes of a home, and you can ask it to write your, you know, MLS description. So a lot of different ways that you can utilize this. And for some of you that where English is your second language, this could be a really, really good way to, you know, create some very, you know, good sounding, you know, MLS listing descriptions, all that stuff, because I know it's a struggle. You know, Spanish is my second language, and when I'm writing Spanish, you know, I know it ends up coming off, you know, definitely not like a native speaker. So this could be certainly something that you guys can utilize as well. So Bill, first of all, have you seen this before? And give me a little bit of feedback. What do you think about this?
I was not on the training last week, Kevin. After the first couple minutes, had to pop off.
Right.
But I did not get a chance to really look into this, but this is very interesting. How does it work for, like, you know, if you were going to do like an MLS input, how would that work?
So what you would do is, you know, you'd have your list of, you know, attributes for the home, and I'd do something like this, you know, write an MLS description for a home with, you know, and I would just list the attributes, you know, fireplace, pool, gated community, you know, 2,300 square foot. What else?
Well, I mean, and what is it? It takes that information, it'll put it into a formal description, or?
Well, let's find out. We'll just use just those.
Oh,
see what I mean?
Yeah. So I can't read that, but what does it say?
It says this 2,300 square foot home is located in a desirable gated community. It has been recently renovated with new appliances and features a cozy fireplace in the living room. The spacious backyard has a sparkling pool, perfect for entertaining or just relaxing with family and friends. This home provides perfect balance of privacy and convenience. Don't miss out on this great opportunity.
That is mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing, my friend. So you can imagine if we had, you know, expanded our list of attributes and just said, hey, go for it. I mean, that's incredible.
I thought I was pretty good at writing descriptions, but that's like another level.
So this is really, that's why I'm just like, this is the beginning of you know, us working with ChatGPT. I will definitely be training a lot more on this as I discover new ways to use it, because I mean, you know, people are using this to write code. They're using it to, you know, do all kinds of very, very interesting stuff. So I want you guys, again, to give it a try. Check it out. It's free to come, you know, to create your own little account. You just go to openai.com and sign up for an account, and you can just start messing around with this thing. You just go to the little playground and you just start typing. It's really, really cool. And then obviously you just, once it spits that out, you just highlight this, copy it, paste it right into your MLS description, put it into your single property websites, all that great stuff.
Wow, that's really cool. I was skeptical as you were writing those descriptive words, but that is amazing.
It's amazing, right? You're like, what the hell? So yeah, I'm totally, you know, just scratching the surface with this. I want you guys to, you know, come back in a couple weeks and ping me also if you think of a really cool way to use it, because there's just, you know, like I said last week, there's every day there's new uses for this. So I want you guys to, kind of put your gray matter to use and see what you guys can come up with. It's really incredible. So try it out, have some fun with it, and we can talk about it again in the next couple webinars.
Yeah, that's really cool, Kevin. Thanks for sharing that.
For sure. All right, you guys, I know it's a tiny bit of a short webinar, but we're really excited that we're rolling out this loyalty program. I think everybody's going to benefit. And so we'll have more information in the next 2 weeks, but go ahead and just start utilizing the services, and we will figure out all the mechanisms and all the mechanics on the back end in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome, Kevin. We'll have a great time on your rodeo or your cowboy adventure.
Absolutely.
Stay on the horse.
Last year I broke my hand, so I'm going to try not to do that this year. Oh, good stuff. All right, agents, thanks for joining us again, and looking forward to the next webinar, not next week, but the following. Get out there, make it a great week and a productive week, and we'll see you guys on the next webinar. Bye-bye.